Good day, everyone. This is Steven with Blitz News Networks, and buckle up for an astonishing deep dive into the shadowy world of global trade keeping Russia's war engine running. 3 years after Moscow's full-scale assault on Ukraine, you'd expect sanctions to have starved the Kremlin. But shockingly, the US and Europe are still trading billions with Russia, exposing a web of hypocrisy that's mind-blowing. Let's unravel this step by step, exploring the numbers and implications that highlight this ongoing paradox. Start with America. Trade cratered 90% since the invasion, yet the US imported $3 billion in Russian goods last year. Key items: $927 million in fertilizers for farms, $878 million in palladium for converters and electronics, and $755 million in uranium and plutonium for nuclear power. These aid Putin's economy directly. Experts from the Atlantic Council say the US could switch to reliable allies like Canada, but Trump's recent 35% tariffs on Canadian goods are complicating those strategic shifts amid escalating trade wars and negotiations. Now, Europe. The EU bought $41.9 billion from Russia in 2024, down 86% but still significant. Oil imports at $1.72 billion quarterly, with Hungary and Slovakia taking crude via Druzhba pipeline. Natural gas ballooned to $5.23 billion in early 2025 from price spikes. LNG flowing to France, Belgium, Spain. Add $850 million iron and steel, $640 million fertilizers, $300 million nickel for batteries and alloys. Western companies stay in Russia, paying Kremlin taxes and masking war's toll with a veneer of normalcy for civilians. Enter the drama. Trump, once cozy with Putin at G7, now threatens 100% secondary tariffs on Russian oil buyers unless Putin ends Ukraine war pronto. India and China are targets. India's imports hit $67 billion, mostly oil, from $8.7 billion pre-war, now 36% of crude. China took $130 billion, $62.6 billion in oil. Russia's $192 billion oil revenue. But analysts warn blowback, disrupting 7 million barrels, daily spikes prices, hikes US inflation, batters consumers. Russia is too big to fail, they say. This sledgehammer could shatter global economies. The kicker: hypocrisy reigns. Trump slams India, but the West refines Russian oil in India and Turkey, importing it as diesel to US and Europe. Netherlands, Germany, France partake, funding aggression indirectly. India calls out double standards, prioritizing energy security. As observed, bad if we do it, good if you do. This reveals fractured alliances and gray morals. Viewers, your verdict on this treachery? Comment below. Subscribe to Blitz News Networks. Don't miss out.